Hello everyone. So we will have some short mock interview. Maybe I will try to ask at least 6 to 10 questions. Let's wait for 5 more minutes once the people join. You may also put any questions so that I will try to consider the same question as part of our mock. Hi Ramu. Hi Vivek. We will post our first question that generally what are the current different type of S4 HANA projects going on? Can you give any 3 examples? S4 HANA. Can you name it at least 3? Okay, this question is applicable for any module. Okay, the point someone asked for SD. So this is applicable for any module. And yeah, the green field, brown field, blue field for a fresh implementation or migrate from ECC to S4 HANA. These are the 3 names we can mention. If the interviewer is asking for the next question, for example, what is the difference between a greenfield implementation and a brownfield implementation? Because these two are quite popular and maximum percentage occupy. So what is the difference between greenfield project and brownfield project? Can someone answer? What is the difference between brownfield implementation and greenfield implementation? Yeah, greenfield is a fresh implementation, and the brownfield migrating from ECC to S4 HANA, but they want to utilize certain functionalities of ECC, maybe 60%, 70%, and then they wanted to add S4 HANA. Then we mostly it comes under the brownfield, and greenfield is something like in a system they start the set up everything in S4 HANA without almost zero influence from ECC. Okay, it's not a rollout. Okay, that also implementation only, but they want to adopt the existing some nice programs or certain kind of customized functionalities they did for that company, which is not available in SAP S4 HANA standard. So definitely they wanted to utilize their ECC functionalities, so that in that case we go for a brownfield implementation. S4 HANA is giving multiple new functionalities, but the company specific. They might have certain legal related requirements, or they might have lot of interfaces with their localized quality systems or MES kind of a production systems. Okay, even if you see the pharmaceutical companies and all, they will have their own quality system. Okay, or not own, which is approved by the respective Europe guidelines or US guidelines, whatever the quality system they use it. So these kind of companies cannot go for greenfield, so that the brownfield is the one method which they can adopt it. In any project, pricing procedure, when you want to do the pricing procedure, do you create new condition types, or you will use PB00, PBXX, these things as it is? What happens generally in real time? What are the best practices one can suggest? Repeating the question again, you are working in an implementation project and you need to create a pricing procedure for your company. It can be domestic or overseas or import. So do you use PB00, PBXX, FRA0 and all as it is, or you create a new customized types? Okay. We should not use the as it is PB00, PBXX, because based on our client requirement, or else based on the certain kind of changes, you might make changes, right? Maybe accrual related things, or you may add some header condition, item condition, these kind of changes you may do it. So don't, the suggestion, my suggestion, even the overall SAP suggestion wise also, you copy PB00 and create ZPB0, PBXX and ZPBX, something like that. You can create your G related G or Z related condition types, so that you will have a lot of flexibility to make changes to your configuration. Within the condition type configuration, you can assign your own access sequence, G access sequence and all. If you disturb the PB00, PBXX, right, in future, if you are doing any rollout, or in your system there is a new company is coming up with a new company code and they want to utilize it, then already standard is disturbed by you. Okay, even in IDS also, when you're practicing in sandbox or IDS system, please start making that practice, so that someone is going to use a similar server, he will not be disturbed, because you are already disturbing the SAP standard condition type, which is given to all the members who are using that system. It can be a sandbox using by 30 people, or it is a real-time golden client which is using by 10 companies or 5 companies. But you always copy the standard and create it. You don't have to go to new entries, it will be completely blank. Go to PB00, copy and change PB0, that PB0 like that. Can someone tell that what is the key 2 things which are playing role to get pricing procedure automatically to a purchase order? Parameters which are playing role to get pricing procedure to a purchase order automatically. The schema group vendor which we assign to the vendor master, and the schema group purchasing organization which is assigned to the purchasing organization. These 2 you can tell as a key things which are playing role, and of course the overall setup of pricing procedure is the base. These 2 are kind of how it is getting determined. So is it possible to assign a schema group purchasing organization to purchasing organization directly in production system? Schema group vendor, you can assign directly to the vendor master in production. Is it possible to do similar way for a schema group purchasing organization assigning to purchasing organization? So schema group purchasing organization to purchasing organization assignment should be done through transport request. You have to do in the golden client, then release the TR and move to quality. After that, moving to production. So when you create a transport request, what is the proper landscape, how the transport request will move from one landscape to another landscape? How many landscape we have, and how can a transport request move from the landscape? For example, D, development, quality, production. How will be the sequence? Okay, we have three landscapes: development, quality, and production. When the transport request is being moved, right, the prerequisite is that TR must be released and development to quality, and the next time when you move it, it goes from development to production only. Okay, sometimes maybe for to confuse you or something, the interviewer might mention a point that you may think A to B and B to C. It's not like you are going to Europe from India via Dubai. It's not like that. So you go to everything go from the development system only. So development to quality and development to production. Why I'm mentioning this point? For example, in quality, if someone is making direct change, if you move the transport request, okay, so because the quality we don't make any edit access, so development to quality, and when it goes to production, it goes from the development to production only. Okay, in quality there will not be any kind of a changes, and if someone opens SPRO by mistake or because of certain reasons, must inform to your basis team immediately. Don't make it editable. Someone has opened, make it display. Okay, because no one should generate transport request in quality system, and no changes will go from quality to production. Whatever the TR you generated from the development, that will quality, the same thing will go to production. So the base or source will be always the golden client. So as a functional consultant, when you go for an on-site to do workshop for an implementation, can you tell three best qualities a good functional consultant must have? You are going for a workshop, that is the initial phase of your going to the client place to understand the as-is discussions or current business process. Can you tell any three qualities? Any three qualities can you highlight? Yeah, the qualities and the plan. The qualities wise, first of all, you should know that you should know SAP standard. If you are a MM consultant, you should know what is available in SAP MM, because you don't have to give the solution, but at least you need to articulate. You articulate whether it is possible or not. Okay, so the strong SAP knowledge will help you to talk confidently, and also second point is business understanding. So okay, you are going for a pharmaceutical company. Okay, you are assigned a month before or 20 days before to a electronics manufacturing, or else a communication industry, or else a service industry. You must do some groundwork what kind of it is, what are the common processes they do, how will be the supply chain management process, what are the general procurements they do, mostly material procurement or mostly service procurement. So that basic idea and terminologies. PR they may call indent, purchase order, service purchase order they may call work order. These kind of a terminologies also you need to understand. So that business terminologies and business process knowledge you need to listen and understand. If you're not clarifying, if you're not having clarity, you need to ask. SAP standard, business process understanding. This communication, listening skills are all part of internal thing, because you need to understand and listen. Don't ask question again and again without understanding that. And the group discussion or sharing the things, that should be there. And also you should align with the approach of your project management. So how are you going to approach? Are you going to listen, or we are preparing certain question and answers? The question and answers we prepare well in advance as a generic based on our previous experience and all. So strong SAP knowledge and basic business, not only basic, at some level of business process understanding. And third one is the proper plan, whether you are going to prepare certain question answers to get clarifications, or the proper plan, like how many questions you are going to ask each process, what kind of questions you wanted to ask. Okay, that kind of a plan is required. The additional things are like communication skills, listening skills, don't interrupt in between. Okay, and understanding their points. Don't ask every question, more questions during the session. Okay, so go through the KT documents, get understand, then you can put a question, so then it will be more matured. Otherwise they may come to conclusion he doesn't know this one also. So these kind of things every consultant should have it. Okay, so and also one thing, that one, when the well planned projects, you will get a scope of work. SOW will be shared well in advance to your management. So before you go to the client place, you try to read the SOW. So what kind of processes they follow, what products they make, what kind of products they buy, and what are the different countries they are buying the product, how will be the shipping related instructions, or different freight forwarders. So that's some knowledge. If you get it, you can talk and you can understand better. Definitely initial days we can understand 30% or 40% by asking questions, by understanding better, by having multiple discussions. We improve it. So that's the thing everyone should follow. This rise of debugging and all are not required at the workshop. I asked the question, I mentioned it. You are going for initial design, initial phase of the prepare stage, where you are going to have that as is discussions. Debugging, rise of W and all not useful much there, but at least to understand what they need, whether it is available in SAP. Even don't have to go to directly to the SAP solutioning also. That is the one thing I learned after getting some experience. When we listen the process, immediately our brain will, oh, this is subcontracting, this is consignment. So that is good, but we need to keep SAP little later. First understand and digest their requirement, digest their current process. Is it a good, or we are going to map it, or we are to do the configure, you have time to do the FS and all. Let business analyst can sit in that initial discussions. What is the future of SAP WM? Like I mentioned in earlier videos, or even we have a dedicated video, SAP has copied ECC WM with the name of S4HANA Stockroom Management. There are certain percentage of clients management in place of EWM, but of course EWM will have a large percentage of opportunities, but SAP WM still has it. It may be 30% for the current, 20% something. And in current ECC, there are thousands of clients already using SAP WM, but they may will go to EWM, 25% may go to S4HANA Stockroom Management, maybe remaining 50% may go to out of SAP solution, maybe Manhattan or any other solution they may go and integrate with SAP. Okay, so SAP WM has a future, but you don't compare with EWM. EWM will have a longer time. Okay. So I hope if you have any more questions, you can put it in the comment under this video. So definitely I will plan this kind of a quick mock interviews for the next time. You can provide your feedback so that I can make any changes or any improvements for the next session. So I felt like, okay, when you go for a walk, let's use these kind of short mock interviews or discussing a certain topic, not by sitting in the chair and keeping the monitor and all. So let's sometimes we try for this kind of a talk, which can be helpful for someone along with our regular walk or exercise. Okay. So yeah, thanks for your time for joining and give the feedback. And if you're watching our videos on YouTube, please subscribe and share with your friends and close circle. If you're watching our videos on Udemy, don't forget to give the ratings. That will encourage me a lot. When I open the 4.5, 4.6, such kind of ratings will give a lot of goosebumps or motivation to the content creators. So don't ignore it. We cannot ask every time when you do it. Like when you go for a car, they will ask you, sir, give 5-star rating. Amazon will ask you, or else even the Zomato person will ask. But we cannot ask because we are not delivering to your hand. But I'm just consider like whenever you watch the video, I'm asking you to give a proper rating. Please give it. Thank you. We'll see you soon with another session. Thank you. Bye.